Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our honored guest, Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, Mrs. Kelly Johnson, members of the Nevada delegation, Senator Catherine Cortez Masto, Senator Jackie Rosen, Representative Mark Amadei, Representative Dina Titus, Representative Stephen Horsford, Representative Susie Lee, Lieutenant Governor Stavros Anthony, Chief Tom Schultz of the U.S. Forest Service, Architect of the Capitol Thomas Austin, and Youth Tree Lighter Grady Armstrong, 4th grade student from Virginia City, Nevada.
Well, good evening. Welcome to the 61st Annual Christmas Tree Lighting Ceremony here at the United States Capitol. I am Tom Austin, the 13th Architect of the Capitol, and I am honored to be here this evening as Speaker Mike Johnson lights the 2025 Capitol Christmas Tree with the help of our special guest, Grady Armstrong, this year's Youth Christmas Tree Lighter. We are so pleased to have Grady and his family here all the way from Virginia City, Nevada. It is a pleasure to welcome Speaker Johnson, the Nevada delegation, Secretary Brooke Rollins, Chief Tom Schultz, Lieutenant Governor Stavros Anthony, and all of our distinguished guests this evening, including our Capitol Hill neighbors and those of you who are visiting from Washington, D.C. Lighting the Capitol Christmas tree has been a festive holiday tradition since 1964, when former Speaker John McCormick asked one of my predecessors, the 8th Architect of the Capitol, J. George Stewart, to place a Christmas tree on the Capitol grounds. We have partnered with the United States Forest Service for this event since 1970, and we truly appreciate their assistance in finding and providing the perfect candidate each year to serve as the people's tree. I'm thrilled to say that we have made a beautiful selection this year, a 53-foot red fir tree from the Humboldt-Toiyabe National Forest, our first ever Capitol Christmas tree from the great state of Nevada. I want to express my gratitude to the Forest Service and especially the team at the Carson Ranger District for all of your hard work in providing this tree, aptly named Silver Bell, after the Silver State. Silver Bell made quite an impressive journey, traveling over 3,000 miles by truck to get from the largest national forest in the continental United States to the west front lawn of the United States Capitol. Thank you to everyone who helped this tree make such a trip. We truly appreciate your efforts to bring the holiday spirit to Washington, D.C. I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to Jim Kaufman and the Capitol Grounds and Arboretum team here at the Architect of the Capitol, who have spent several days and some nights since the tree's arrival, decorating it with thousands of lights and handcrafted ornaments from communities across Nevada. I'd also like to thank the members of the Capitol Power Plant team for providing the power to the tree and the sound system to help us celebrate her. We are grateful for your efforts and can't wait to see the People's Tree lit up in all of its splendor. We are delighted to have a beautiful tree that Nevadans and all Americans can be proud of. Thank you all for coming to celebrate this wonderful time of the year here at the United States Capitol.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Tom Schultz of the United States Forest Service.
Good evening and Merry Christmas. Mr. Speaker, Senator Cortez Masto, Senator Rosen, Representative Amadei, Secretary Rollins, and other distinguished guests. My name is Tom Schultz, and I'm honored to serve as the 21st Chief of the U.S. Forest Service, where I have the responsibility of overseeing the management and protection of 193 million acres of national forests and grasslands across this great nation. Today is an exciting day, not only for me, but for our entire agency, especially the mighty and talented team from the Humboldt-Toiyabe National Forest. The Forest Service has a long and beautiful tradition of providing and delivering a fresh-cut tree to our nation's capital going back to 1970. This is the 55th year and the first year for the Silver State to hold this incredible opportunity and sacred responsibility to provide the U.S. Capitol Christmas tree. This majestic red fir behind me is Silver Bell, nicknamed to symbolize the Silver State to celebrate this holiday season. More than 22,000 handmade ornaments and dozens of tree skirts representing Nevada's iconic places, wildlife, and culture were created to support this effort, the most ever submitted. They beautified the tree standing behind me and dozens of other fresh-cut and fragrant trees throughout the many federal buildings here in Washington. For those visiting Nevada, I challenge you to go beyond the bright neon lights, and you'll discover that it's a recreator's paradise and has everything you could possibly desire when enjoying the great outdoors. From riding the ski trails on Mount Rose to exploring the ponderosa pine forest and hiking scenic vistas across all corners of the state. This year's campaign theme, Starry Skies to Neon Lights, Spirit of the Silver State, is a fitting tribute which captures Nevada's natural beauty, the history of the land, and the brightness of its residents. Before I conclude, I want to extend my deepest congratulations to the Forest on a job well done getting this important milestone. Your careful planning, your collaborative spirit, and your impressive teamwork are a great credit to you and represent the greatness of the Forest Service employees. I also want to share my appreciation to the many sponsors and partners who believe in the spirit of this campaign and the spirit of Christmas and have dutifully donated their time, their finances, and services to make this project happen. Thank you especially to the Society of American Foresters, Sierra Forever, and our presenting sponsor, 84 Lumber. Thank you for allowing me to celebrate and recognize a piece of the great work the Forest Service is doing to serve the American people. Merry Christmas.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Stavros Anthony, Lieutenant Governor of Nevada.
Thank you. Again, my name's Stavros Anthony. I'm honored to be Nevada's Lieutenant Governor. And I just want you to know how excited our Nevadans are to have this Christmas tree for the first time here on the Capitol grounds. So thank you, Speaker Johnson. Thank you, Secretary Rollins, for hosting us tonight, and all our great Nevadans for coming out. It was about 6 months ago when the U.S. Forest Service contacted me and told me that Nevada, for the first time, was going to get picked for the Capitol Christmas tree, and they asked me to be part of the process. And this has been quite a journey, quite an exciting journey to get where we are today. And first of all, I just want to say how professional the U.S. Forest Service employees are. These are some of the most dedicated, professional people I have ever met, and they take this process very seriously. So please give a nice round of applause to all the U.S. Forest Service employees that are out here. They are absolutely wonderful. And it started with, we had to create 10,000 Christmas tree ornaments. And I said, that's a lot of ornaments. We ended up creating over 20,000 ornaments for this tree. That's how excited Nevadans were. Next, we had to pick a kid from Nevada who's going to read an essay talking about the great state of Nevada. And we had around 250 kids submit essays. The U.S. Forest Service and some other folks went through them, selected 3 that they thought were the best, and they gave those 3 to me to pick the finalists. And once I read all 3, all 3 were great, but Grady Armstrong was the one that stood out the most. Grady is here. You're going to hear from him tonight. His family's here. They live in Virginia City, Nevada. Virginia City was one of the wealthiest cities in the world at one time because of the gold and silver mines. Today, the mines aren't as productive as they used to be, but Virginia City is still a great place to live, great place for a kid like Grady to grow up, and a great tourist destination. So if you ever come out to Nevada, please visit Virginia City. And next, obviously, the tree was selected. It was selected from northern Nevada. It started its journey on the Nevada Day Parade a couple of weeks ago. and then it went down through Winnemucca, through Ely, down to Las Vegas for its last stop in Nevada, and then it went across the country. And I want to give a little shout out to the truck driver. I don't know where he is, but this truck is massive, absolutely massive. And he treated this tree like it was a diamond that would not be chipped. And I want to thank him for bringing it out here safely. So thank you for all of you coming out. Nevada is proud to have their tree here on the Capitol grounds. Merry Christmas to all of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Mark Amadei, United States Representative from the 2nd District of Nevada.
Good evening. Is there anybody here from Hugh Gallagher Elementary? Home of the Miners? Anybody from Virginia City High School, the home of the Muckers? All right, that's a little bit better. Come on, we've got the weather just right for 6,200 feet in Virginia City. You guys ought to be going. Grady, thank you for bringing your parents along. We're absolutely proud of you. Your mom is actually an alumna of Virginia City High School, so that's great. You're like a legacy guy. Good man. Your dad, Douglas Tigers, not so much. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So listen, I want to thank you for your efforts at the at what you wrote. I've read it several times. Pretty darn good, strong stuff. You can hang with anybody floating around here. But hey, folks, look around you where you're at. This is a Nevada night, looking down the mall with the Capitol in the background. The speaker's shivering a little bit, but he'll warm up by the time he has to give his talk. So don't worry about that. It's not Gulf Coast weather. The people from Southern Nevada, great job on this sunset here. They were in charge of the eye wash. Northern Nevada's in charge of the temperature, so enjoy it. At least it's not wet again. Grady, congratulations. Congratulations to the state of Nevada. Go Virginia City Muckers.
I have to say, we are all honored to be here celebrating the first ever Capitol Christmas tree, the people's tree from the great state of Nevada. And don't you think it's about time? So excited. I also want to thank the men and women of U.S. Forest Service for making sure that Silver Bell arrived here safely and for the often thankless work they do to protect our forests. I also want to thank the Speaker, our Secretary of Agriculture, Secretary Rollins, our entire delegation, and our Lieutenant Governor as well for being here. Let me say, this isn't the only tree, as this tree isn't the only one who's traveled a long way to be here. I have to thank also, and you've heard a shout out to him, but to Grady Armstrong. If you're going to hear from him, he's an incredible young man and so articulate. And I'm telling you, I've done some interviews with him. He gives better interviews than I think most of our delegation. He is amazing. He knows everything about this tree and the holiday season, and that's why I understand he was picked to be here today. So this year's People Tree is, as you have heard, is beautifully decorated with 23,000 unique ornaments, many of them provided by Nevadans throughout the state. To get to Washington, D.C., Silver Bell traveled throughout the Silver State, as you've heard, then across the country, and this tree really has been on a journey. It comes to us from one of the largest national forests in the lower 48 states, Nevada's Humboldt-Toiyabe National Forest. To many people that don't understand Nevada, yes, we have forests. There's more than just the wonderful neon lights of Las Vegas, and that's why as Nevadans we are so proud to be here to join in this evening. Last year, however, I want to say why this is so special for us. Last year, a patch of the Humboldt-Toiyabe National Forest was the site of the Davis wildfire, which ravaged 5,800 acres of land over 18 days before our incredible firefighters contained it. Those are our firefighters, our wildland firefighters, our Forest Service, men and women who work in the Forest Service fighting fires, as well as some of our National Guard. But you may not know this. One of those firefighters and one who is out there every single day is Grady's dad, Brent. And I want to thank him and our U.S. men and women, the Forest Service and our firefighters for everything they are doing. They are keeping our community safe. The Davis fire destroyed homes and devastated local families, leaving behind an ugly burn scar. But over a year later, the community is stronger than ever. Students are planting new trees in the forest, and Silver Bell, standing tall in our country today, is actually, it's a symbol of that resilience and perseverance. I can't think of a better story to represent the American spirit. In times of hardship and suffering, we find a way to forge ahead and prevail. That is the story of our country, and as the People's Tree illuminates our nation's capital this month, may it serve as a reminder to all Americans that there is always light and hope, especially during the holiday season. Merry Christmas to everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Brooke Rollins, United States Secretary of Agriculture.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Brooke Rollins, and I'm just so pleased to be here. I'm going to keep this super short because I know we're all a little chilly, and we want to hear from Grady, and we want to see him light this tree. But a couple of quick things. First, on behalf of my boss, President Donald Trump, and our entire cabinet, to all the Nevadans in the audience tonight, welcome to Washington, D.C. We are so happy to have you here. This morning, we celebrated at the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the People's Department, we like to call it, founded by Abraham Lincoln in 1862, and had a lot, probably the same crew of Nevadans in with us just down the mall on the left. And I will say the people that I met, from Grady, his two beautiful little sisters, Hadley and Paisley, they're amazing parents, as we talked about, a firefighter and a teacher from beautiful Nevada. I mean, this is real America, and the opportunity to be here with all of you, but especially with you Nevadans, as we celebrate the very first tree in a 55-year history from your beautiful state. As you all head home tomorrow or the next day, know that you're taking a little bit of a piece of my heart with you. It's just been such a joy. The final thing I want to say is how privileged and honored and proud I am to serve all of the amazing people in the United States Forest Service, a part of the U.S. Department of Agriculture. One of the great unexpected joys and blessings of my work over the last year at USDA has been getting to know these incredible people who put their lives and their work and their passion and everything they have every day into protecting our beautiful forests across this great country. As we move toward the lighting of this tree, may we never forget the reason for the season and what this light represents behind us, the light of the world. God bless you. God bless America. God bless Grady, and God bless this incredible tree, Silver Bell, from the amazing state of Nevada. Thank you all so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Mike Johnson, Speaker of the United States House of Representatives.
Well, thank you all so much. It is always hard to follow Secretary Brooke Rollins, so thank you for being here. Glad that you could make it. And we first, of course, want to thank Chief Schultz and Mr. Austin for making this night possible, as well as the man who did journey across the country to bring this beautiful tree to the Capitol. His name is Michael Porter, and I would ask you to stand, but it's so dark we can't even see where you are. But Michael, thank you for that heroic effort. There he is. Hey, all right. Thanks also to the entire Nevada delegation. We're grateful to you for sharing a piece of your home state for all the nation to enjoy. And right on cue, we have sirens to alert us to all this. For my friends from Nevada, we are shaking. We're from Louisiana. Some people pronounce it Louisiana. So we always say Nevada, and now it's supposed to be Nevada. Just forgive us. Forgive us. We're trying to get it right, okay? We're really glad you made it all, and the weather really is beautiful for this evening. I know for all of us, Christmas time is a season of light and hope and renewal. This time invites us to pause and reflect on the many blessings that God has bestowed upon our lives and upon this great nation. And tonight, I'm getting upstaged a little bit by the sirens here. And tonight offers one of those rare moments where we can gather together and take stock of all those blessings. Now, behind me stands the great state of Nevada's very first Capitol Christmas tree, as we've all heard. It stands at a proud 53 feet, and even in this dark season, this tree shines bright, not from just one light, but from thousands shining together. And in much the same way, the strength of our nation is found in the individual, in the small towns and neighborhoods, in places like Elko and Incline Village and Henderson and Virginia City. But all of us know that America, not unlike this tree, is strongest when we stand together as one nation under God, and we can never forget that. We also know that great trees take generations to grow. Red firs like this one require the right conditions and decades of careful tending to rise to their full majesty. And so too with this great republic of ours. Like the fir, the work of preserving this grand experiment in self-governance is also generational. And it falls to us to steward and protect it so that our children may inherit all the blessings that we enjoy today. So next year, as we look ahead, we'll be celebrating our nation's 250th birthday. And we want to remember that sacred responsibility and to renew our commitment to this essential task that we have together. Christmas is a fitting time to do just that, to look beyond our material blessings and to lift our gaze on high, just as the wise men once did on their journey to Bethlehem. As we approach the end here, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas from our family to yours. And I know that we look forward to this time every year. It is about 20 degrees warmer than it was last year with a brisk wind, so you're blessed. We all are. I now have the privilege of inviting the man of the hour we have heard so much about. He's far more qualified than I to light this magnificent tree, and I'm going to ask him to join us up here. Grady will come up. Grady Armstrong comes here all the way from Virginia City, as you heard. That's right. This is his first trip to Washington, D.C. He's 9 years old. He is a gifted young writer. He won this year's Capitol Christmas Tree Essay Contest among the hundreds of participants, as we heard. I'm also told, and this is not hyperbole, okay, what went into this essay was literal blood, sweat, and tears. Isn't that true? Grady, I heard you cut your pinky while writing this. Isn't that true? Yes. Okay. So we want to thank you for your sacrifice, young man, and for your great talent that you're sharing with us. And I can assure everyone his painstaking work was well worth our wait. So, Grady, my dad was a firefighter also, and we got a lot in common, almost even our height, my friend. But we're going to bring you a podium here so you get our little stand that we can stand on. Is it under here? It'll help a little bit. Grady, everybody, here we go.
Okay. Thank you, Speaker Johnson, and hi, my name is Grady Armstrong, and I am 9 years old in the 4th grade at Hugh Gallagher Elementary School in Virginia City, Nevada. My grandpa worked at Mount Rose Ski Area for nearly 50 years, and my dad is a firefighter at Lake Tahoe. My mom is a teacher right here in Virginia City. They have shown me the love for the forest, nature, and the outdoors. I want the country to know how special Nevada's public land and national forests are. These lands are full of wonder, from big animals like elk, mule deer, bighorn sheep, and even moose, to smaller animals like fish, lizards, and birds. Hiking with my family, I have seen water bubble out of the earth in places that look super dry. These springs give life to so many plants and animals. Sometimes you can find arrowheads near these springs, a reminder of the life they gave tribes that lived off the land. We also love seeing ancient petroglyphs carved into rocks by people who lived here long ago. My favorite wilderness areas are Mount Rose and Arc Dome. We've also visited the Sheldon Antelope Refuge and the Massacre Rim Dark Sky Sanctuary, where the night sky is so dark you can see millions of stars. One of my favorite things to do is when our family takes what my mom and dad like to call Nevada highways, which are nothing more than dirt roads in the middle of nowhere. We've found ghost towns, abandoned mines, and the most amazing untouched landscapes. You don't have to go far to enjoy Nevada. Right from my school playground, you can look east for hundreds of miles over the mountain ranges that make up the Humboldt-Toiyabe National Forest. Last month, we went to the top of Mount Davidson and watched the sunset over the Sierras, and at the same time howled at the full moon as it rose over the Nevada landscape. Nevada is not just a desert, it's full of life, history, and beauty, and I think everyone should know how important it is to protect and enjoy these amazing places. Thank you, and Merry Christmas.
That's awesome. All right. Now, that was amazing. You are a tremendous ambassador for Nevada, and also you have a future as a speechwriter here on Capitol Hill, okay? We always need improvement in the comm shop, so you can come help us, okay? Okay. I want to invite the Nevada congressional delegation and Lieutenant Governor Anthony and Mr. Austin and Chief Schultz for the lighting of the tree. Y'all join us up here.
Put your jacket on now.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Okay, there you go, young man.
Beautiful.
Isn't that great?
Oh, she's dead.
Well,
Thank you. There we go.
now, Grady's going to do the honors for us, and everyone can count down with us. We're going to count down from 5. Okay,
Okay.
Ready, everybody? All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Thomas Austin, architect of the Capitol.
Well, it's hard to follow "Oh Christmas Tree" right at the end, so I'll make this very brief. Thank you for coming to tonight's ceremony and joining Speaker Johnson, the Nevada delegation, Secretary Rollins, the Forest Service, the U.S. Coast Guard Band, and our youth tree lighter, Grady Armstrong, in lighting the U.S. Capitol Christmas tree. This tree will be lit from dusk until 11 p.m. each night, now until January 6th. We encourage you to come back and see it again in all of its splendor. Have a good night and a safe and joyful holiday season.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the ceremony. Thank you for attending the United States Capitol Christmas tree lighting ceremony.
Speaker. Thank you for